Welcome back. Ethiopia has overtaken neighbouring Kenya as East Africa's economic giant. In monetary terms, Ethiopia has opened a gap of about $29 million over Kenya. The World Bank further predicts that Ethiopia's economy will be the most expansive on the continent in 2017. Jean-David Mahamli and Claire Muthunji take us through the driving factors of Ethiopia's economic progress.
Ethiopia is Eastern Africa's new economic giant, according to a report recently released by the International Monetary Fund. Ethiopia's GDP is expected to hit $78 billion this year from $72 billion recorded in 2016. The country's economic growth is hinged on public spending on infrastructure and strong local demand. Ethiopia has embarked on modernizing key infrastructure projects such as its rail and road network, while it's on course to build what is being touted as Africa's biggest hydropower plant with a capacity of 6,000 megawatts. In the last 3 years, the country has been recognized as the third fastest growing economy in the world and a trailblazer in achieving the Millennium Development Goals, while in the last decade, Ethiopia's economy has experienced strong and broad-based growth averaging 10%. The World Bank says the country is on track to achieve its goal of middle-income status by 2025. Additionally, Ethiopia's huge population has been a source of cheap labor and attractive incentive for many manufacturing firms eager to set base in Africa. With a population of nearly 100 million people, analysts predict Ethiopia could become Africa's biggest economy by 2050.
Rice is a staple food in several countries around the world, but extreme weather conditions such as droughts and flood have diverse impacts on rice production, particularly in Africa. For food security, Burundi has found a way to sustain its rice production through its intensive rice system. Amelanga and Michael Dibier with the details.
Introduced by the government through its developing cluster program, the intensive rice system has already changed the daily lives of many rice farmers in Burundi. A rice farmer, Clever Busimi, who today uses the technique, has formed a cooperative rice operators with a range of 108 hectares in the Marsh Yakijima 2. For example, here we have sown 20 centimeter. The plant must have at least 2 weeks, and that one can give 50 to 60 new branch lines. We very much appreciate this system because it allows us to have a better production. Before its introduction, we were disturbed by flies. A lot of kilograms of seeds could not even be sufficient to an extent of 5 areas. Although it is still unknown to several rice farmers, the system IRS began here, and thanks to its results, 1 kilogram of rice is sold around $1.2. After the semi, there are 2 weeks to begin to irrigate and put the manure. The activities are followed by weeding, second or even third hoeing if necessary, and the use of manure is still recommended after each step of loosening. The receipts of the crops are estimated in terms of millions of Burundi francs. For rice growers, it is sufficient to observe the insect spray and weeding regularly, which give a huge production quality. With the introduction of the IRS, production is situated between 6 and 6.5 tons per hectare against 1 and 1.5 tons earlier.
Thank you for watching. Let's get interactive. We'd love to hear from you via our social media platforms on Twitter at AfolakeG and on Facebook Afolake Oiloye. Till then, it's bye for now.